and welcome to this week's episode of the Friday Tech Roundup. I hope you're ready to change up your Friday morning. Let's go. Number 1, GitHub made the news after Google researchers disclosed a high-severity vulnerability affecting the Git repository hosting service. The bug was first discovered by Google way back in July when the research team gave GitHub a 90-day deadline to address the issue. This deadline expired on October 16th, prompting a 2-week extension which again expired before GitHub could address the bug. This failure saw Google disclose the details of the flaw earlier this week into the public domain, complete with a proof of concept code to show how the bug can be exploited. You can learn more about the bug by clicking on the first link below. Number 2, it seems that Raspberry Pi is making a comeback, with some calling it the computer of the coronavirus age. In its latest product launch, Raspberry Pi has released the Pi 400 with the hope that it encourages children to get coding by offering cheap computing to youngsters affected by the coronavirus pandemic. With sales of 36 million since its launch in 2012, the Raspberry Pi is already the best-selling British computer ever made. However, the original bare-bones device was somewhat intimidating. You needed to hunt down a set of cables, a mouse, a keyboard, and a monitor before you could get going. Today, all you need is a monitor or a TV and the rest comes in a single box. But I would be quick if you want to get your hands on one. The news is that the Pi 400 is already out of stock with some sellers and is growing in popularity as we head into lockdown number 2 within England. You can catch the latest on Raspberry Pi as well as a bit of its history by clicking on the second link in the comments below. Number 3, a very appetizing number for those with a taste for futuristic trends. That's right, Time Out has released an article detailing Samsons' Whatever Next podcast, paying particular attention to their recent feature on how 5G is transforming food. From farms that can think to 3D printed birthday cakes, yes, you did hear that correctly, all the way over to drones delivering takeaways, this podcast gives listeners a little taste of what's to come, and it's all thanks to 5G. Check out more by clicking on the third link in the comments. Number 4, Computing have delivered a whistle-stop tour of some of the year's biggest cybersecurity stories, promising bears, scares and ransomwares. We can see what they've done there. Among the list is Travelex's New Year's Eve ransomware attack, Zoom bombing, which affected private calls all around the world, and a bunch of teenagers who managed to hack into Twitter and then proceed to tweet from the accounts of Elon Musk, Barack Obama, Joe Biden and Bill Gates. There were also tales of £1 million bribes to install malware onto an employee's system, as well as enough security patches to temporarily mend Humpty Dumpty after his fall. You can check out the full story by clicking on the link below. Number 5, for those still watching, here is a fun one for us to end on. Just like a college sweetheart crush, an AI camera operator couldn't keep his eyes off one of the referees, continually mistaking his beautiful bald head for the soccer ball. True to AI form, the lack of human understanding to real-world complexities means that AI systems are entirely reliant on the information we feed them, sometimes breaking down in quick and unexpected ways when we think we thought of everything, when in fact there was a lot we missed, bald heads and all. This recent AI error fortunately shows a comical side of this failure, but highlights the very real vulnerabilities and brittleness that comes with this technology. You can check out more by using the link below. And that's all the news we have today. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy Fridays to join me for another episode of the Friday Tech Roundup. Before you go, a really big thank you to all who joined us for yesterday's Rise of the Omni Customer webinar. The panelists used every minute to delve deeper into the evolving customer behaviours, the significance of a data-driven approach to CX, as well as how you can be tapping into the breadcrumbs that your customers are leaving behind. We will be releasing a recording over the next couple of weeks, and I'm really excited to announce the launch of the Rise of the Omni Customer interactive white paper, which will also be released this month. Keep your eyes peeled for those. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy the rest of your week, and I look forward to catching up with you next Friday for another bout of tech news. Take care.